Hi everybody, Ken from Oz here, and I thought I'd give you an update on where my FILOFAX is going through at this point. So a lot of the things I have covered in other videos, but this is just my April update. There have been some major changes, and for the things that remain the same, I'll mention them very quickly, but then I'll move straight on to the new things. So we'll start just on the outside. And again, I use the word FILOFAX because of just out of habit, but this is actually a Collins Debden Day Planner A5 size. I've got a tab metal thing, a grip that I use to unzip it, and I find that quite handy. So I'll open it up. Now this has not changed significantly since my first video, but on the cover we've got just the usual post-it notes, cards, bus passes. I've got some paper clips here, stickers, prescriptions, some important pieces of paper that I might need in a plastic sleeve. I do have my highlighter positioned here using this pen loop, which I had a video on. I found that this is probably the best place for it for me at this point. The other pens that I use is my red friction erasable pen. This is a retractable one which I place in the loops, and that's for work. And I write with a black friction retractable pen, and I find the black is the best one that works for me. So I have my pen here. Inside my front cover I have my dashboard area, which is on the inside of this black cover. And yes, I do use a lot of these things that I show in my videos, and here's a great example, the CD case, using the tabs, stickers, and one thing I will show you is there's a fairly iconic place that you can buy pre-made furniture that you put together, and I have seconded one of their tape measures, and I find that that is quite handy, and I have used it quite a few times, knowing that I've got quite a long tape measure there, and it folds very, very flat. So there's a little sub hint in this video. A lot of these tabs I use, and they're removable and reusable. I have printed on some of them just to catch my attention. I've got a lot of dividers, all labeled both sides, and this area here is goals for family. I've actually created a form, personal goals, which I will transfer some of these when I review them into a bit more formal sections, including how I'm going to achieve them. Just ordinary pages of goals. I do have lists of things, and this one here is for I'm on the lookout for a new A5 FILOFAX, a real FILOFAX this time, and so I'm just writing out information as I find it on the internet and through videos, just to for my own notes, just crossing things off when I realize it's not what I like, and seeing exactly what the FILOFAXes are available that will suit me. And at the moment I'm down to about 4 that I'm still narrowing the choice down. So I've gone so far as to actually print those up, and I'll write some extra notes down there when I go through it. And being a visual person, I do like to have pictures of various bits, just so that it helps me think, and I can then compare and have a look at what I want. So I've actually pasted those up and have a bit of a picture board there. There's just a diagram that I needed to use at once, so I've left that in there. And then of course my puzzle pages and crossword pages, which I've got. Still use those quite often. Then of course just more diagrams, visual thinking, mind mapping, and so on. I still use my quotes. They're a little bit bunched up at the moment, but I give these away quite often, and I also do review them because it's always good to learn from others. So I use post-it notes, and I just write them in, and eventually I will type them out, but at the moment these are quite handy, and if there's one that really is meaningful for me, I'll put it into my pocket or wallet so I can read it during the day. Just another divider there for family, and of course in pages with goals. If I go to the doctor for one of my kids, I might write notes on post-it notes, place them in there. And just other things, like I've created a table for presents, so I might ask somebody what they would like, and then I might write down as a reference, so that for a birthday or other special occasion I've got at least an idea of what they would like, and I cross them off if I buy them, or check the price and realise they're too expensive. Some more goals. I write lots of goals with things, and just thinking things through, writing them out. I have a financial section here, which I just write some fairly large bills or expenditure just to keep track. Also some planning, writing lists out of what I'd like to do or need to do. Definitely use this quite a lot. This is all about home, including things that I need to do, also addresses, repair places, sizes of cupboards, so that if I want to buy something that for storage, I know the sizes, insurance things, things about the car. You can't see these too well, but these are just a whole page of very fine dots, which will help with diagrams. And just recently I just drew the dimensions of our laundry section that I was trying to find a hamper for there. So then I go on to timetables, and I've colorized a lot of these, and these are just lots of things to do with work, and calendars that I need for work, school timetables for my children so I know where they are, other timetables that I use at work, lists and so on that I can reference, and of course then other meetings that I have. I will write down notes, and I've created a meeting planner so I can then go through that, and these are double-sided as well, so if I turn them on the inside there's another set there. Taking lots of notes, so heaps of notes here, lots of ideas that I write out things, and I want to try and get into the habit of writing more things out. This is what I think, and also it just is a record of the things that I need to know and do. And I am very good at, once I've finished with something, removing it or filing it away if I don't need it. A couple of passwords. They've got cryptic references there, not the real passwords, but things that will remind me for what the real passwords are. So if anyone does grab my planner, they won't be able to work out what the passwords really are. So, but they're just to remind me. Again, some business ideas and more notes for meetings, and lots and lots and lots and lots of notes. Lots of notes on things that I need to do, summaries and a whole range of different things. My YouTube channel, please subscribe down there. Most of you watching probably have subscribed. Thank you again for all the comments. I make a list of all the questions that I get asked, and I try to make videos, and I also reference things as well. I like to keep track of what I do. More diagrams, as you can see there. I've been just sort of doodling with that video I did on the mind mapping, and trying to maybe, instead of doing a circular one, I've got a square one. Haven't quite worked that one out yet, so I found that quite interesting. So it's in my channel if you want to have a bit further look at circular planning. Then there's just to-do lists, and I've got a couple of pre-printed to-do lists from Kiki K. Love that store. So I've written those out, and then I'll tick those off when I get them done. So there's quite a few of those. I've also printed up my own to-do lists. And planning, just some more little ideas, some things on stationery stores. Looking at using my day planner. So this is my planning section, is really about how I organize myself, and I cannot stress enough, take the time every week to organize your planning. Learn how to plan better. Look at videos, write notes down. I do that, copious notes, when I'm watching YouTube videos and reading other blogs and other sites, especially FILOFAXUATIONS website. Hi guys. I just really want to be more efficient. So I take time out to learn how to plan better. I also have my journal, which I've also covered in previous videos, and I won't show you what that is. I have this quite fancy little clip up the top, which just sort of keeps it together and keeps it closed. And there's this nice new paper which I've been using. And then, of course, lastly, my month per view calendar, which I've also covered. I'm adding to it. I do refer to this every week and sometimes daily, just to make sure that I'm transferring everything around properly. So that was March, and we're now into April, and so I'm just busy writing things out in that. Then I go to my day planner, and I've got just more lists of calendars, printed inserts. Now, I beg your pardon. When I started a couple of months ago, I was not really wanting to convert back from using my smartphone, and so I very reluctantly just wrote a few little things in. And a couple of years ago, this was about as much as I used to write. And when I started to learn how to use a planner better, then the things started to develop. And I used to worry. I thought, I don't have a lot to write down. As I got into the habit of writing things down and planning, things started to happen. And it's almost the real journey as you go through these pages to see that as the weeks have gone on, I started getting more and more of a system going, and highlighting and using sticky notes, and then eventually getting to the system which I've been using and you are being privileged to have a look at over the last couple of months, and using my times and also my to-do lists on each side, and using sticky notes, stickers, and all these little tabs just to help me get organized. And I use red for work and black for personal and family, and it gets better. And then I was a bit worried that I was getting a little bit messy and everything was leaching into the sides, so then I started to draw some very faint lines with the highlighter, which has now separated these columns down really well. And then I discovered washi tape. Now, I'm not a big fan of washi tape because I find it takes a lot of time to just set it right, but I had a go, and I hope you know, I admire all of the different planners that I've looked at on videos and on blogs where people have been using washi tape and just creating such really wonderful almost works of art. So I tried here, and I was not too adventurous. I placed it down into the spine to secure the holes a bit better. I got a bit more adventurous, and there we have it, a little bit more black and white and the blue and white clouds and a couple of other little bits and pieces just to see whether it worked for me. Between you and me, it's okay, but I don't have a lot of time to do this every week. I'm not opposed to washi tape at all, but I think that really my planner is there to organize my time, and although I like the way it looks, I don't really want to put a lot of time into it. So I'd washi taped a couple of weeks in advance, and so this is this week at the moment, and as you can see how I plan my week using post-it notes and stickers and highlighters. Again, keeping that down. Now this blue line will be erased after the week, so it sort of keeps me organized. And you may have noticed I've put back my ruler. Now in fact I've got a new one here, and this is a Franklin Covey plastic see-through ruler, but it actually has a little pocket on the inside which I've also placed some of the important post-it notes that I use in there. So I tried to live without it because it was annoying me, but I found that I really did need to reach to the top when I opened my Filofax, and it helped me to get to the page straight away. So it has returned. Birthday indicators with these stickers and so on. So I'm sort of happy with the way I've got things going. If I look ahead of, you know, I've still got the washi tape on the top and bottom. I thought, well, maybe I'll just sort of put a strip, double it over so it goes on both sides of that page. That's a little bit easier for me. I'm still in two minds about it, but I guess the idea is I need to do something that works for me. So it does look quite okay, and I don't think it looks too out of the ordinary. But when I look back at the unwashi taped pages, I sort of feel that this is really helping me think properly. You never know. I'll never say never, and I'll keep you informed. So next video you'll just see where this journey's ended up. So that's basically my planner. I've got also just work timetables which I use, and they're inserts with notes on one side and timetable on the other. And then once that week is finished and this is all filled out, I'll file this away. At the back, just the pre-printed pages for the rest of the year, and my receipt envelope which I fill out, and I just love using this, and I'm averaging around 3 of these a month to hold my receipts, but it's all collated and all I need to do is transfer the amounts for tax, and it's just a brilliant system. Some more notes, more diagrams, lots of diagrams, quite a large lined post-it note. I do find these really helpful. I put them on top on the outside of the planner, and when I want to write a lot of things. So these are good. I only have about 2 or 3 sheets of these at one time because it does you know, take up a lot of room. Just a picture that I actually painted myself, and another one on the other side there, and just a plastic sleeve, and then a place where I haven't got my iPad mini in there at the moment, but that's where the iPad mini lives, and that's a great system that I use as well. So there's my day planner. I'll go back to today's page. It is a work in progress. I'm really happy with the way things have turned out. It has really helped me in this last 3 or 4 months to actually get a lot of things done and to be far more organized than I have been in the last couple of years. I really do want to say thank you to everyone for all the amazing comments, and also just subscribing to my channel, and for suggesting things, and a whole range of support. The FILOFAXUATIONS community, I want a big thumbs up again. Thank you. It's just an amazing community, and there'll be links down at the bottom here for you to see what they're like, and there's also a Facebook group. And I just really enjoy using this day planner. So thanks for watching. Thanks for journeying with me. I will do another video a little bit later to show you where I'm up to. So this is my April reveal, and again, if you do have any questions or you want to make a comment, just make a comment down below, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in another FILOFAX video.